I'd like to call to order the Parks Board meeting for June 23rd. If you bow your heads with me for the opening prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day, Lord. Thank you for this beautiful day that you've given us, Lord. Just be with us as we go through this meeting. Thank you for your many blessings. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen. I'm going off the rails. Mr. Gilly, will you lead the prayer?
Lead the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I had a reason for doing that because if you heard, Mr. Gilly said it like he really meant it. And that makes a big difference. If you've had a chance to look over the agenda, if it's all right, I need a motion to approve. Who was that, Mr. Perry? Second was Mr. Pike. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. If you've had a minute to look over the minutes from last meeting, if you don't have any objections, I need a motion. That would be Mr. Perry, and the second would be Mr. Head. Do we have any public comments, sir?
No, sir, none tonight.
We need to vote. We need to vote on the minutes.
Oh, I did not do that? Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, and there's still no minutes.
Comments.
Okay, comments.
Still love you, man. All right, items for approval. Beating the summer heat. Charlotte Hollis. There's Charlotte. If you'll officially state your name and tell me what you need.
I'm Lily Miller. My coworker Charlotte Hollis is over here, but I'm presenting this today. We work for the Sumner County Health Department, and we are health educators, and so we go out into the community and talk about different health topics. And we were interested in trying to go out in August to a couple different places around the county and trying to talk about sun safety, as August is the hottest time of the summer. And we want to be able to educate on that as the health department. We are big on cancer prevention and things like that, and skin cancer is obviously a big problem and things that people aren't as educated on. And so we want to be able to give away like hats to be able to protect people's heads and things, and then we want to provide sunscreen and SPF lip balm, as well as sunglasses that we have purchased the sunglasses and things. And so we want to be able to kind of give those out to people at Memorial Park, kind of in front of the playground area. We'll set up like a tent and have that information and those products out for people to be able to take and to be able to be sun safe during that time at the park.
Like a more easy thing to do. Anybody have any questions? Ms. Rathert made the motion to approve. Second was Ms. Hellman. I'll vote this time. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Boy, you done good.
Thank you.
You done good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Full count rhythm vendor fees, Brooke and Giles Carmen.
Here, or are they online?
I don't see anybody from Full Count here, so they're not online for sure. They'll have to wait till next month.
Done and done.
I think they have a home game tonight.
I was going to say, they've got,
Yeah, I believe they do.
She told me Brandon.
Yeah, they were supposed to have somebody here, so we can
Move it on.
give them the chance to come next month, or maybe they decide not to do it.
Good job.
I can tell you what their ask was, but we don't need to vote on it without them here.
they may show up in the next couple of minutes.
Maybe.
Some traffic, you never know.
They were going to request that the vendor fees for the food trucks that are feeding both of the home and away teams at their games be waived, because they're providing about 75 meals after each game. That's in your packet. So, but we need to let them present that, not us as a staff, probably. All right?
Okay, we'll put that on. We'll table that for next meeting. Under C, First Baptist free ice cream truck. Who in the world would vote against that? I will slap it. No, I will not do that. Mr. Smart?
Come on up, Brian.
About 10 minutes. Nobody gonna vote, just
We won't
stay.
even have to vote.
By the time this is over with.
I got the mayor here, we will get somebody fired.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, sir, state your name and what you need, brother.
Brian Smart, and we have a free ice cream truck at First Baptist Hendersonville that we provide to the community on partnership basis, not just come, please don't, sign up and try to get us to do 1,000 people at one time. But if there's things that we can partner with the parks on, or partner with, going to the Mary's Magical, that kind of stuff, and just being able to give it to people while in the summer while it's hot. It is prepackaged. There's no scooping it out or anything like that. It all comes from Costco or Sam's Wholesale. We buy it and then just distribute it to. And then when we run out, we run out. And so for that day, we don't run out totally, but we will run out that day. We have two freezers in the truck, but once it's gone for the day.
I'm sure it's in our packet, but I'm too lazy to read it.
Oh, you're good.
Kinda how many folks?
We just did, how many work it, or how many
No,
can we have at one
How
time?
many feel like they're gonna show up?
Well, we just did the YMCA for 450 kids, so,
Did you run out, or did you have enough?
no, we had enough.
Did
We can hold 600 at a time.
God bless you.
We can hold 600 at a time. We only provide 2 because the kids get up there and then decide to freak out and not know what to order. So you either get the ice cream sandwich or you get a popsicle. We do not have, no one sells those. If you can get Costco and you can get Sam's to sell those, we could get those for you guys. But unless they provide them, we get what we get. But yeah, we just pull up, and if there's something we can do for the community, we'd like to do it.
That's awful forward of you asking that. You're gonna have Nutty Buddies, right?
For adults, we have the Snickers bar, which will change your life. We
Just
have the
kidding.
Fat Boys, and then we have the drumsticks, the 3 different drumsticks. That does not go to the kids, that goes to the adults.
Do I see it here?
It goes to the-
Actually, I have a question real quick.
Question.
About how many times do you think you'll be coming out to the park?
So our interns finish at the end of July, so
Okay.
we'll probably do it 6 to 8 times. if
6 to
at
8
all-
times?
Yeah, if at all possible.
Okay, awesome. That's all the questions I have.
Anybody wanna make a motion to approve?
Mr. Chairman, I have a
Yes, sir.
couple questions, make sure. With your ice cream, you're not, just want to make it clear for everyone, you're not distributing information, you're just the First Baptist ice cream truck giving out free ice cream.
Yes, now we have.
If somebody asks you about church, you're
Then
welcome to
we
talk
have
to
a
them
card
about
to
it.
give them. We are not soliciting.
But you're not handing out pamphlets and all that stuff?
No.
I wanted to make that clear for
Absolutely
everybody.
not.
And you'll work with, I think the motion would probably need to include that they'll work with the staff on dates for locations.
Absolutely.
If we can do that.
Okay.
And then I wanted to know if we could see about getting Fun Dip in the truck.
I don't know what Fun Dip is, but if,
Oh.
once again, if you
You
guys
just-
will
you just couldn't get
petition,
approved,
if
man.
you will petition Costco and you will petition Sam's Wholesale, we go straight,
Oh.
because we buy from vendors in Hendersonville.
Oh, Brian, I thought you were a kid of the 90s, man. You're 2000s?
I'm 80s. I was 80.
Oh, my gosh, okay.
It's not ice cream though, right?
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
It's that white thing that you just dip in Kool-Aid, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
We can home make you whatever you need.
All right, thank you.
Since we hadn't had a second, you wanna amend that motion for what he said?
Motion.
Yeah, Ms.
I'd like
Perry.
to say we approve it with the stating that you'll get with the parks, make sure
Oh,
it's the dates
absolutely.
and all, and you might have some Fun Dip, and you might be able to locate some push-ups. I just.
Nutty Buddy.
must be
I'm
appro- and
gonna
Nutty
need the
Buddies.
mayor, I'm gonna need the mayor to petition the 2 wholesales.
Second?
No problem.
Second, Mr. Montoya. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
If anybody says no, they're in trouble.
Perfect, thank you.
you, Brian.
Thank you, man.
Mr. Chairman, it looks like a representative of Full Count just walked in. If you'd like to go back to that item,
Okay.
we might could do that.
I'll amend the thing here. We'll set that aside and we'll have Mr. Carmen up here.
Yeah, you were told wrong.
Please state your name, sir, please.
My name's Brandon Jaggers, representing Full Count Ministries.
State your case, sir.
Okay, my case is, so Josh Carmen, our director, is currently in Nicaragua on a mission trip. So I've been given the task of coming and trying to present. So Full Count's a nonprofit here in Hendersonville. We use baseball to share the gospel here locally around the world. And We have a college summer team that plays at the park, Full Count Rhythm, that's college players. And what we're here asking for, we have usually 2 to 3 food truck vendors at our games, 20 times or so in the summer. Trying to see if we can get the fee waived, the nightly fee for the food trucks is what we're asking from a nonprofit status. With them, a lot of our vendors do a lot to help us out. They provide a lot of meals, post-game meals, usually for both teams, which is about 80 to 90 players. So we're just trying to see if we can get that fee waived, the nightly fee for the food trucks is what we're asking for.
All right. Questions?
I got one. Is there a nightly fee for a food truck in our park?
Yes,
Or-
there is a $50 per event vendor fee.
Okay,
So if you're a food truck that's there for that night, for the Full Count Rhythm game, you would have a $50 fee, and we collect a certificate of insurance. If they're there for like a 3-day tournament, and they're there a couple times, we consider that an event, one $50 vendor fee.
okay,
You all voted on those fees last year.
okay. Thank you for bringing that back to my attention. I
You're
appreciate that.
We typically have, I don't know if it matters, we typically have about the same 4 or 5 food trucks throughout the summer too.
Yeah, I
something
think
like
a
that.
schedule for the trucks is provided in your packet that they have.
And they
lined up.
are all approved. I do know they're all approved through the city, insurance and all that stuff. So local, most all of them are local Hendersonville food trucks.
I'm hoping if this is approved, maybe our maintenance staff that's working at the park that night could come get one of those post-game meals,
Ooh, there you go.
potentially.
Okay, let me get a motion. First is Ms. Rathard, second, Mr. Perry. Discussion?
I would like to discuss, while I'm all for this, all for your program, I do think that maybe just a one-time fee for the whole season.
Okay?
Because you've got them coming multiple times. I think if they're gonna come here and be a part of the park and also and be here several times, I think a one-time fee, just the $50 fee for the entire season would be
Okay.
appropriate for this.
Per truck.
Yeah, per truck.
Yep.
Yep. So we do get some revenue out of it, but they're also gonna be here and get a benefit for not paying for every night.
Yes.
They do sell to the public during the games.
Correct, yes. They sell to everybody that's there.
Yep.
Okay, I will amend my motion to include what Mr. Bennett said.
That's Ms. Rathard.
Thank you, Ms.
Second was Mr. Head. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
And I apologize for being late. I was told 6:30.
It's okay.
Hey,
You're forgiven.
Daddy be upset at you.
I was married 43 years. I know all about being late.
Thank y'all
you.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jaggers.
Bluebird Feeders, Mr. Williams. You don't look like oh, that is Mr. Williams.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Julie Roman, and this is Philip Williams. We're going to talk tonight regarding our Lakeside Bluebird Club. So my name, again, is Julie, and this is Philip, and I'm speaking today on behalf of the Lakeside Bluebird Club, a newly established nonprofit right here in Sumner County. We are proud to be a local branch of the Tennessee Bluebird Society. Affiliated with the North American Bluebird Society, a leading organization in bird conservation across the continent. We come to you today with a heartfelt and hopeful request: permission to install bluebird nest box trails throughout city parks in the city of Hendersonville. Lakeside Bluebird Club was born just this April, sparked by an educational workshop hosted by Wild Birds Unlimited, inspired by a guest speaker from the Cumberland County Bluebird Club. Several of us came together, retirees, newcomers to the area, and nature lovers, seeking not just to conserve wildlife, but to also connect with one another and with our community. What started as a hobby became a mission. Our goal is simple but impactful: to support the recovery and long-term health of eastern bluebirds by increasing their nesting opportunities in safe public green spaces. Why bluebirds? Bluebirds are more than just beautiful native songbirds. They are indicators of a healthy environment, feeding on insects that can otherwise become pests. The population suffered a devastating decline between the 1920s and the 1970s due to habitat loss, pesticide use, and competition from invasive species. Thanks to grassroots conservation efforts, including the installation of nest boxes and education programs, their numbers are rebounding, but they still need our help. Philip?
I'm Philip Williams,
Thank you, sir.
as she had mentioned. And not only are we going to be installing the boxes, I think Mr. Andy had said that the Parks Department may help installing them. That might be some kind of an insurance thing to have them do it instead of us doing it on your property. But we will be maintaining them at no cost to the city. We'll be building the boxes, we'll be installing them or assisting y'all to install the boxes, and we'll be maintaining them twice a week throughout the breeding season, which is basically from March to early September. And then after that, maybe once a week, we'll go out and maintain them and make sure no vandalisms happened or weather-related incidents have happened to them. And we do all that ourselves. And what we do is we collect data every time we go out and look at the boxes, and we report that back to the National Bluebird Society, and they keep a record of throughout the whole country of all the, how the bluebirds are regaining population, as they had lost their population due to other birds that was invasive and intruding on them, and their natural habitat's been, as you know, with all the growth, we've lost a lot of natural habitat when it comes to greenways and woods and trees and forest. And so that they've just lost their natural home. That's why we're putting out these birdhouses, is to replace what they had naturally, which was in the hollows of trees mostly, that they would form their nesting habitats. And we also plan to not only stop at putting them in the parks, but hopefully to educate the public on how to be a good bluebird landlord, and how to engage the youth and families in the community to appreciate the bluebirds and to help maybe improve them by buying boxes, putting in your backyards or wherever you may have a place that's suitable to put them. And we're hoping to eventually get some programs in the school system to educate the kids on the reasoning for doing this, and to educate them on field trips. I know I can remember we all liked field trips as kids, and to take them out and let them see the bluebird houses we have in the city parks, and to show them what we do, and to help educate them on how they can do that as they grow up. And maybe their parents can get involved in getting houses now, and then as they grow up, they can get houses, and it just keep snowballing that population and get it back the way it used to be before the 1920s, when it started declining due to pesticides and the environment changing and everything that's gone on since then that's ruined their habitat. And we just hope to be able to do that. And if we can get it started, we're just getting started, as we mentioned, started in April. And so we're just, you know, we're just crawling, you know, we're just walking, you know, we haven't got a lot of progress made, but in the short time, we've done a lot of progress. And so we're hoping to be able to get your approval to allow us to put them in the city parks for now, and we're hoping to expand that eventually. But the city parks is the natural habitat for these bluebirds, and also they're one of the more prettier birds. I would say them and the cardinals are the two that I like to see. They're the prettiest I see around, flying around, and that has just helped with the aesthetics of the parks, you know, to add different color with the red cardinals, the blue. Now the bluebirds are coming back, and we can get to engage people in discussions, you know, maybe some of the assisted living homes, senior living homes, maybe put some there. So people that are in those facilities will have something to occupy their time, and it'll get them outside where they can go monitor the boxes, or sit there and just watch the birds fly in and out of the nesting boxes. And as they're breeding, they breed up to 3 or 4 times a year, starting in late March, all the way through September. And so by the time their fledglings are born and raised and they get out and fly on their own, just a few weeks later, they start the whole process again. And so it's a really, really good educational program that we can get lots of, not only young people in schools involved, but the senior citizens involved, and just everybody who wants to get involved. It's a very educational, and it'd be a fun event, I do believe, to get people to sit out and watch the birds and enjoy the nature at its finest. And we just appreciate having time to present this to y'all, and we just ask that you consider allowing us to do that. And like I say, it'd be no expense to the city at all. Thank you.
You dang sure sold me. What makes them exclusively bluebird boxes?
It's the size of the hole and the way you design the box.
Oh, boy. I hate it when you're wrong.
I do too.
This is an example of the pole. The only thing going to go in the ground is a 6-foot rebar. So we're putting that 2 feet in the ground, and then this sits on top of it. But the way it's designed is just for bluebirds. Okay. Other birds don't like this outer wood here or the design of the box in itself. Stephanie may have better answers.
It's the size of the opening.
The bigger birds
Don't agree with him.
You're doing great, Stephanie, thank you.
And this should go without saying, I guess. Is that to keep squirrels and whatnot from?
Yeah, this is like a raccoon squirrel baffle to keep different critters from climbing up to get in there, and snakes also.
Oh, snake. Oh.
About how many of these do you think you'd want to put up throughout the park system?
We want to put them roughly about 100 yards apart. So it all depends on the size of the park, and they can't be real close to trees because then squirrels and other critters could jump from the tree to the birdhouse without having to climb up the pole.
Squirrels are tricky.
Can I ask how many you're initially wanting to try to put out?
Well, it depends on the size of the parks. I know Mr. Gilly we had talked about Memorial Park was he felt like was a good location as far as the trees and the woods and the open space. And what did we say, maybe 3 or 4 to start out with?
That's
He thought
correct.
there was enough space there at Memorial Park to put that many.
I like it. Mr. Pike?
Andy, have y'all looked at areas that you specifically?
The back of Memorial Park is a sort of open area where we could look at doing something like this. And then probably, obviously, Sanders Ferry, maybe there might be some places. Excuse me. We've had some maintenance staff put these out on their own over the years. Not to this scale of grandeur as he has brought here. So I 3 to 4 at Memorial would be a good start. I think if we start getting into 50 or 100, we have to have a different conversation. If that answer your question.
One more question, and I know we usually don't ask this, but would it be any kind of issue with the Corps?
No, not putting that up. I mean, we would notify them what it is, but bird feeders and things like that, we're okay to do that.
You don't worry about that.
It's a temporary, it would be viewed as a temporary, not a permanent structure. Did you say there was a website or something that the information is there an app?
Yes.
I know a friend of mine
Cornell
says there's an app for
University.
like falcons. When a falcon dies, it can tell you where it is, and for $2.99 you can find out more about where the falcon dies.
All the
what the
information all the
says.
information we gather goes to Cornell University, and they're in charge of the website.
Okay.
And there's no cost for it.
Oh, good. Well, we don't want to pay $2.99 to find out where the bluebirds are. So.
And is that the size,
Yes.
how tall it is?
Correct.
Okay, I didn't know if there's no concrete on the base, nothing like that?
So the
Okay.
rebar is going to go in the ground, and then this
Slips on
over it.
top?
Covers the whole rebar.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like it. I think this is awesome. But I would because you're gonna be in a certain segment, have some feedback from you guys at the end of this and see how many birds and how many, we got coming out of here, because
We
that'd be
can
pretty cool.
definitely do that.
Yeah,
And
that'd
you
be
might
great.
need to take that snake and thing repellent and put it on Shark Tank. We need to know about that too.
I motion for approval.
I got a motion, Mr. Bennett, and a second, Mr. Pike. But we could ask a bird to come up here and give it a report. No, I guess not. Any more questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Great job.
You have probably already answered this, and I'm not smart enough to remember, though. Are these for sale? Are you selling these?
We will eventually have enough in stock to sell them, yes.
I would love to have one of those. I mean, I probably can't afford it, but I can steal some money to get it, I guess. I don't know. But I appreciate y'all coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Memorial Park Fountain Lighting Request, Mr. Gilly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We received this request via email, and I kind of looked into what Fragile X syndrome is, which I did not know what it was. And they're requesting to light the fountain on this day, July 22nd, in honor of that. If you don't know, I would encourage you to go online and educate yourself about it. It's pretty bad disease that I wasn't even aware of myself. So
Can we do teal blue?
we can do basically whatever color you would like to do.
Orange?
Teal and orange.
Crimson only on the third Sunday in October if Alabama wins. You have to put that on the September agenda.
Teal only.
I think we ought to have that in part of the motion, I think. All right.
We'll get as close as we can to the color, let's put it that way.
Motion to Mr. Pike first, Ms. Hellman second.
Who was the first, sir?
Mr. Pike.
And Ms. Hellman.
Thank you.
All right. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you.
And it passes. All right. Recreation, Ms. Hamlin.
Yes. Miss Hamlin's right down there. She's ready to go.
You ready, Ms. Hamlin?
We finished our Raptors baseball and kickball season. We're going to have our season-ending party tomorrow night at Mary's Magical Playground at 6 o'clock. All the participants should have received an email asking about numbers of the family attending. I'll have pizza and waters for them, and team members are going to bring chips, desserts, and drinks as well, and awards will be given out. Kids Club, we have started week 3 today. We're beginning to get settled in. The schedule usually looks like this: Monday on site, Tuesday on site with crafts and other fun activities. Wednesday, they drop off at Mary's Magical Place in the morning, and then I usually have ice pops for them, and then we go back to the school for the remainder of the day. Thursdays are swim day, and then next week coming up, we'll have our annual, in honor of Tom Battle, July 3rd cookout at the camp. As far as summer employment, I've hired several new people, and everyone seems to be doing a great job and getting settled in as well. Any questions?
Thank you. Recreation, Mr. Fugate doesn't appear to be down there, but somebody is.
I have his report. Mr. Fugate says, "My apologies for not being here as I'm on away at a mission camp trip." Spring Adult Kickball held their championship this past Friday, finally. Congratulations to Tennessee Kickin' as the champions. They are a very good kickball team, Mr. Chairman. I don't know if you were their manager or not this year, but.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
They
Adult,
asked me to play, by the way.
I'm sure they did. Adult softball has their championship tonight, actually, so we have some staff working that, and then Mr. Bruce is going over to umpire some after this meeting. Adult summer basketball is ongoing. Their tournament starts in 2 weeks. We've had a good summer season of those. I judge that by the fact that you have not seen any discipline reports from summer basketball in your packet, so cross our fingers on that. Summer T-ball is up and swinging, his report says. Come out and watch your award-winning Assistant Coach of the Year, Dallas Long, if you're free during his game days, we can send a schedule out to everyone and let them know. He's coaching tonight, or actually, I guess you call it babysitting probably is what he's actually doing during the games, keeping them from playing in the dirt. Fall baseball registration, we are in late registration at this point. Looks like we'll have 5 teams in 6U, 8 teams in 8U, 7 teams in 10U, and 5 teams in 12U, so that's a good number for fall baseball. And then fall adult softball currently has registration going for men's and co-ed division. We're hoping to have a resurrection of the co-ed softball. We hadn't had that in a while. Would love to have that league, so if you know any teams that would like to be in the co-ed softball, that would be great. Also, fall kickball has started for the co-ed division, and we will announce fall pickleball signups soon. That is all. Any questions? We'll take them.
You did well, sir.
Thank you.
Special events, Ms. Langston?
Hello. This weekend, last Parks Board, the Miles for Missions 5K got approved. That's this weekend at Memorial Park. And there's also the Bodies Half Marathon at Drakes Creek. And there's a bass tournament this weekend. Next Monday starts our busy time, as I've learned. The opening ceremonies for USSSA, week 1 of Nationals, the softball tournament, and our Hendersonville Hometown Jam with Live Love Nashville concert at Veterans is next Monday. Then next Thursday, Freedom Fest is at Drakes Creek, and Half Batch Backyard Party is at Memorial. July 14th through 18th is our Pedal Kids Bike Camp. And July 14th is also the next opening ceremonies for the USSSA week, the second week of the Nationals. And then July 28th is our Touch a Truck event. And that is, I mean, we have a lot of tournaments going on in between there, but I'm sure Keith will mention those. And that's all I have.
Miss Natalie, you've taken to this quite well. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's the best report we've had.
Natalie, did you mention who won the kickball city over there?
I did
last
not.
night? I'm sorry.
But Andy got
That was
us.
Tennessee kicking.
They asked me to play, you know. Thank you, sir. Maintenance, Mr. Cole?
Yes, sir. Our projects have kind of died down because of routine maintenance now, but if you go back to the soccer fields, you'll notice fields 2 and 3, or 1 and 3, excuse me, are dug up right now. They're starting to really make some progress on that. So keep your fingers crossed that the rain will not get them again, because it pushed us out a week. They weren't able to work last week. So they are going to be working some long days this week to try and get all that finished up. Along the walking trail, Public Works helped us out a lot and come out and poured some concrete pads for us and everything. We just didn't have the time, and they were able to get out and help us. So we're very appreciative of that for the benches that we purchased. Over at Tennis, we're trying to do some more concrete drainage just to kind of help out and help the water flow and everything. So over at Tennis, you'll notice that we finally finished out in front of the courts to get the water out of there. We've got sod supposed to be starting on Wednesday this week. We're doing about 10,000 square foot this year, which is 10 to 15,000 less than last year. So we're in a lot better shape this year than we were last year, but we are going to sprig a little bit more. And then probably the second week of July, sometime in the 3rd, we're going to start top dressing all the fields. So that'll be good for all those.
Thank you, Mr. Cole. Question?
Mr. Cole, there is some fencing at the tennis courts over there.
Yes, sir.
Is it being taken down? Or?
So Coach Jones asked us to kind of revamp that. We're going to go down to a 3-foot fence with a double top rail, which I did not know was a thing, but apparently in the tennis world that's a thing. So they started on that today. So we're hoping, should be done this week. And then they're going to start later this week resurfacing courts 5 through 8.
Okay. I had several seasoned tennis players that have expressed their concerns about the short fence.
Yes, sir.
So if they've got a top rail that's going to be there,
Yes, sir.
I can
It'll
calm them
have 2
down.
of them.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
They can address their concerns to Brandon Jones,
Okay.
tennis coordinator.
Well, is the top rail going to be as high as the fencing is now?
I
No.
think,
No.
no, sir. The
Okay.
top rail will be, I think the fence is 3 foot, and then the top rail probably, 4 foot will be
It
the
will
height
be
of that.
more like the pickleball fence,
Pickleball.
Correct.
where it's tall in the back and shorter on the side. That was done for spectators and other people to be able to see better. They will be leaving the part where the awnings are and the benches tall so that people can sit down and have their shade. I know there's been a couple people express concern about balls bouncing out of the courts.
Yes.
And I've told them they need to be
More accurate.
Don't hit it sideways.
Get better.
More accurate.
I didn't say. I
You
just
need,
said
you
don't
need to
hit
tell them already been at that.
Get better.
Don't hit it off the side of your racket.
Thank you, Mr. Cole.
But Mr. Jones brought this to our attention. We got a grant from the USTA, who agreed that that would be a good improvement for the facility. So that's why it's being done.
Thank you, sir.
Get better. Assistant Director, Mr. Long, do I have a report from somebody down there for Mr. Long?
Have that. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Mr. Long, as we said, is coaching T-ball tonight. This past month, we hosted the Tennessee United Soccer Club annual tryouts. They had record numbers for TUSC. We anticipate Hendersonville Soccer Club to have record numbers as well. We're seeing that in other recreational sports also. So that means more soccer teams and the same number of soccer fields. So we will be working on a schedule to try and accommodate such. The Lacrosse America tournament went great. We had teams from all over the country in here for that. We thank Sumner County Tourism for their partnership in that. Hendersonville High School Soccer hosted their 3v3 tournament at the Drakes Creek Park Soccer Complex. They were one team short of a record number of teams in that event. All of those happened at the Drakes Creek Park Soccer Complex, and those grass fields are now closed for the summer maintenance shutdown period and irrigation repairs that Trevor detailed earlier. When he referenced the sod amount, we've gone down from like 25,000 square feet of sod to 20,000, now to 10,000 square feet of sod over the last 3 years, which that's a good thing. That tells us that what we're doing is working with the shutdown periods and growing in and kind of working with the groups to keep people off certain areas, and we're having to replace less and less grass each year. We'll never get to where we don't have to do some work, obviously. But we are, I hate to even say this, but the floods and tornadoes and things have allowed us to do things to repair things and make things better in the end. It's very painful in the short term, but hopefully long term, the things we are doing to make it better will be good for everyone, particularly this irrigation fix that we're doing right now. Tennessee United Junior Summer Academy program began last week. They also still have teams training on the turf field for regional and national tournaments. The Tennessee United semi-pro team won their first round playoff game, and they will play again this Saturday. I believe they're playing at Station Camp High School this coming Saturday. The Civitan Club has been hosting community conditioning for tackle football program this past month, and will begin tackle football practice in a few weeks. Just to let everybody know, that community conditioning is open to anyone in any sport. You can go, even if you're not a tackle football player, you can go to community conditioning all summer long. That is Dallas's report.
Thank you, sir. Questions? Thank you. Assistant Director, Mr. Bruce.
Thank you, Mr. Hessen.
You're welcome, Mr. Bruce.
We just finished up with the Game 7 World Series. That was Thursday through Sunday. Ran into a little bit of rain issues Thursday and Sunday, but everything got played. Quite sun up to sundown type of deal, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The rhythm is still ongoing, if you want to get some rhythm or need rhythm. Cal Ripken is this weekend. We've got two divisions, the 6 and under and the 9 and under of the state tournament. That's Civitan is sponsoring that, and so that'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then the GMB, this is their big weekend. Most of these are the kids that are 13 through 16-year-olds, use a lot of the bigger fields. So they will be here Friday through Sunday. So it'll be a full Drakes Creek, and Jimmy will be a little busy in the concession stands. Hockey is sort of a little bit off for the summertime, but we are working on, if you get calls, we are aware of the glass, and we are working on ordering more hockey glass and looking at the boards to get those redone for hopefully the start of their fall season. Fast pitch will have a fall league. They're still working on dates and stuff for that. Civitan All-Stars, I think they've got about 10 teams that are practicing. A lot of them play this weekend around the state. And then we'll see how this weekend goes with them. And then our senior men, the senior men 52 division, which Bubba is a member, they have their tournament tomorrow night. So if you're interested, go out a 7 o'clock start, and they will finish in one night. So tomorrow night is for the 52-year-olds. The 40-year-olds will be Thursday night, their tournament. And then the 65-year-olds are still playing games through July. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome, sir. Any questions? Director, Mr. Gilly?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As Natalie mentioned, next Monday, we do have the opening ceremonies for the first USSSA Southeast Nationals. Thank you to the Streets of Indian Lake for helping us host the parade of teams in the afternoon. That's a good change for that, for those teams to go over there, and that helps us to not have to set up a lot of things, not have to worry about food trucks and all those type things, for them to go over there and do their parade, and then they can come on Monday night to the June 30th Hometown Jam concert at 6 o'clock, which is with Live Love Nashville to raise money for school supplies for kids in Sumner County. Why is that important? Since COVID, there had been a grant from the federal government that Sumner County had that paid for school supplies. That type program had expired, so it's back to the way it was when we all grew up, where each family has to buy their own school supplies, get a list, and go to Walmart and get the things. We obviously know that there are folks in our community that cannot do that, so I give Live Love Nashville and other people like United Way and several groups credit for trying to help with those needs. I think today I heard the number, there's 12,000 students in Sumner County schools on free and reduced lunch. That's a staggering number. And all I would say is when people move here, they come and they love our parks and they love our schools. So I'm glad we're able to help with something like that. I think that's the mayor sitting in the audience. He does a reading program in the summer that helps. Well, he's involved with the s'more reading program in the summer that helps enrich people over the summer, that helps our schools and gives teachers a job in the summer, which is important. So these type things to help make sure Hendersonville and our community has good schools and people have what they need is good. They are also offering free tickets to teachers, which was sent out to all Sumner County employees today. And within like 3 hours, 110 Sumner County school employees reserved a ticket for Monday night, which is, I mean, coming from somebody who is a teacher and liked to go do things, to have something like that to go do on a night and have a free event to go to for them is really cool, honestly. So that being said, Freedom Festival, July 3rd in the park. We obviously will have around 2,000 girls softball players and their parents in town, along with every citizen of Hendersonville at Drakes Creek Park next July 3rd. So thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for helping with that event, and our police department and our fire department and our parks department and every other agency in Sumner County just about that will be there for that. Update on our maintenance shop. We are oh so close to getting final designs to go out to bid with that to get these guys a nice home back up above Field 12 and 13. Update on the bike pump track grant. We received word today that we were in the all clear from the archaeological survey at Veterans Park, so that doesn't seem like a big deal, but that is good news for that project to be able to continue to move forward. We have a huge month ahead of tournaments and events, and if you get a chance to take some waters or Gatorades to the maintenance guys, feel free to drop them off down there. They'll take them. We have had several people provide a lunch for them or just bring things by. It's much appreciated how the community has helped take care of our guys. One thing, addition to Trevor's report, we do have volunteer power in the park this week going around and making sure all the lights are getting replaced. This has been a 2-month project to get lights back on from the April storms that we had. So that, I think by this weekend, at least for like 1 or 2 days, we'll have every light working, and then some more will probably go out. The budget for the city was passed last week. I want to thank the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for that. Included in the budget was several projects that I will go into more detail at a later time. But also of most importance is one new maintenance position for our maintenance, a full-time maintenance worker. So that will be a welcome addition. And that is the end of my report.
Any questions? Thank you, Mr. Gilly. Mr. Ted, you got anything to say down there, brother?
Just looking forward to spending the next month with Trevor all month.
Make sure you have his number.
I got it on speed dial.
Mr. Montoya? You bet. Thank you. Mr. Pike? No, sir. What? Mr. Perry? Oh, what did he say? Ms. Hellman? Mr. Bennett?
Well, I'm gonna say something.
Well, just say it for him.
Because nobody's saying anything else. This is weird. I just want to say congratulations to Wade Evans on the birth of his second child. So congratulations to Wade, who's been a part of this team at one time. So
Thank you. Ms. Rather? Ms. Gadsden? Gordon? Oh, my goodness. By the way, the National Cats are in the in the championship game. Yeah, next week. That's it. All righty. I will accept a motion to adjourn. Mr. Pike said that, and second would be almost everybody but Mr. Perry. All in favor say aye. All opposed?
and that's how Bill becomes.
Now we're off the record. I want to say thank you